already knew what it was before. Is it a tape dispenser?
It's a viewfinder.
A viewfinder.
It's got a picture of a mouse droid in it.
Oh, that's cool.
I think it's from Cheerios.
Cheerios.
And
They
Star
still
Wars
put
is
stuff in.
everywhere
They still
now.
put stuff in.
I noticed
Breakfast
that there was
cereal?
like Star Wars Jello when I was shopping the other day.
There's Star Wars everything.
Yeah.
I know it's like
Yep.
Star Wars everywhere.
I know.
It's not collectible anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's
It's
true.
mainstream.
It's too much, too everywhere.
All right. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Make it so.
Make it so. Hey guys, this is The Closet Geek, episode 104 for October 29th, 2015.
Hello, this is October from Tiny Plastic Men. You're listening to the Closet Geek podcast on the internet.
Closet Geek, coming to you each week in Closet Geek. All things of geeks critiqued in Closet Geek. Comics and games and tech in Closet Geek. Lego, Star Wars, Star Trek in Closet Geek. We are not nerds, we have some social skills to call our own. Closet Geek.
Hey guys, and welcome to The Closet Geek, the podcast where four brothers have united their powers to become the four Horsemen of Geek to bring you the latest and best geeky news. I am your host, Barry Ricks, and with me I have my three brothers, John, Ryan, and Michael.
Woo! Hello.
So,
And welcome to the Closet
All
Geek.
right.
yes.
Make it so.
Again,
All right.
make it so
Make it so. All right. Hey guys, how's it going?
great.
Just throwing the shoes off here, getting
Super
comfy.
great.
It's that time. So, well,
Just got home.
let's go to our first segment of the show.
This week in Geek.
This is This Week in Geek, where we talk about things we did geeky throughout the week, things we love, and things we could recommend for you guys to check out. So, hey, did you guys do anything geeky this week?
Hey, a little bit.
A little bit.
Little bit?
No.
No.
I've tapered off on my geekiness to power through a couple of episodes of shows. So
All right. Well, Ryan, since you seem to be lacking in the geeky area this week, why don't you tell us what you did geeky, or lack thereof?
Star Wars Rebels, catching up on that.
Oh, cool. Season
Yeah.
1?
No,
Or
season 2.
You're watching season 2. Okay.
Yeah.
I
It's
haven't
pretty-
actually finished season 1 yet.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I know everything that happens, but I haven't actually watched it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's introducing some cool characters. It feels more.
Star Warsy.
It was just kind of ambling. Season 1 was just kind of like they don't really know where they're going.
Yeah,
They're
it
just
was
kind of
right.
developing the characters.
character development. Yep.
But this season's like, okay, we have a mission, we have a goal. We are now officially rebels.
Rebels. Yeah.
We're doing rebel things.
We are rebels.
That's right.
doing
So-
the
Now they
rebel
have, like,
thing.
Dual Inquisitors coming after him and all that kind of cool stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
And let's see, I made my daughter's Halloween costume.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
That's
What
kind
is
of geeky.
What was that?
She loved the Jurassic World raptors. And so she loves dragons and raptors, and so she wants to be a Hydra.
Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
So she's
Hey, how
So
did
I
that kind of work out?
I made this shoulder harness where I have these raptor heads coming out, and so she's got multiple raptor heads on a shoulder harness, and then we're gonna paint her face as a raptor, and that's her costume.
That's awesome.
So
Hey, we look forward to pictures.
I know,
she
right?
came up with that all on her own,
Oh yeah.
and I made it today.
Good job.
Good job. Man.
Way to be a dad.
You know, I love how all of us have like people walking by in
Yeah.
the background.
Come on, man. We're trying to run a professional show here.
Do not
Yeah.
mind the people walking behind us.
I don't have a backdrop.
There's no one behind
What?
me.
Yeah.
So
Ignore the man behind the curtain.
the curtain. All right. Anything else there, Ryan?
No,
Nope.
I was I was getting dirty looks for my wife.
Oh, stop walking around.
Wow.
Stop walking around.
Well, she started talking on the phone. I'm like, honey, I'm podcasting here. And she's like, gave me that look like, you're sleeping on the couch, buddy. So
Bam.
I better get that couch comfy.
There you go. All right, Mike, what'd you do geeky this week?
Well, I'm a little tired today from LARPing last night.
Yeah.
Did LARP last night. It was lots of fun. Had a good time with the adventure. It was a low treasure adventure, so lots of fun. But I basically made out with 2 extra copper than I started with.
Sorry, that's where
Made out with copper?
that's where my mind went too. I'm like, I made out with 2 different. I was like, what?
Is that like
2
her
different
health
what?
name?
Yeah, wow. I'll remember that for next
2
time.
coppers.
No, because it cost me 44 copper or 43 copper to do my production, to create my salves and so forth for healing, and I made 45 or 46. So it was like,
Broke even.
yeah, I broke even. Woo!
Yay,
That's
good job.
what happens. Well, that's what happens when there's 23 PCs on a medium difficulty adventure, I guess. But
Yeah.
it was fun though. I had a lot of fun kind of just interacting with the other PCs, since I haven't had a lot of chance to do so as a PC. I usually end PC on the weekends or weekdays.
It's not
So-
always about the loot, dude.
It is when you have a legacy cost to keep up, so you can keep your magic items. Okay.
Ooh.
It actually is all about the loot.
It's
always.
all about the loot.
That's
It's
why
all
in
about the
D&D, the first thing you do after you kill a bunch of people be like, what's on their body?
Yeah, I search out.
I search them.
Right. So
Any
search.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Any game.
Yeah.
Video games.
How else
the
do you
loot
get
button.
What
stuff?
did this
Loot.
dragon drop?
Loot.
Right. Loot.
That's what Diablo is all about, is the loot.
Yeah. I am reading Magnus Chase by Rick Riordan. It's Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard. So it's the first book in his new series, introducing the Norse gods and the Norse mythology. So I really have enjoyed how he modernizes the mythology, because the concept is that the gods have always been around and this culture has always been around. However, it's now 2015, and so the gods act and dress and understand culture, and it's entertaining. However, there's a character in the book called Annabeth, and I have a feeling it might be the same Annabeth from the Percy Jackson series.
Yeah, because isn't
um,
Magnus Chase Annabeth's cousin?
That's not
Yeah.
a very common name.
Yeah,
Right.
because I have a feeling, Magnus Chase is Annabeth's cousin.
Well, Annabeth
'Cause-
Chase is her last name.
Yeah, because they're
And-
cousins.
Right, but it's interesting how normally in all the books there's no crossover at all, and he
Oh.
creates short little stories of crossover. And I mean, even in the Kane Chronicles, there's like this, that's Manhattan, we don't go over there, and they're in Brooklyn, so they make reference, but they usually don't immediately interact. Where in like book 1 chapter 3, boom, my cousin Annabeth, and I'm just like, mind, it's too soon, and it's pretty cool. I've been enjoying it.
Thor,
I've been
the god
taking my
of
time.
thunder,
Haven't
rides around with goats pulling
haven't
his
met-
chariot,
haven't met Thor yet. So
and then he eats them every night. They
well,
regenerate in the morning.
Yep. And they talk about regenerating animals and stuff for Valhalla. It's kind of fun, all the mythology. But I've been watching Bakuman, which is the SLC Anime's anime of the month. And we were only going to watch season 1 to review. However, I enjoyed it so much, I'm almost completed with season 2. There's only 3 seasons, but I hadn't realized how much I enjoy the slice of life with a light romance feel to it. So it's been really enjoyable. I
Since
definitely
that's
recommend
all you
it.
watch, you're just now realizing that that's what you enjoy?
No, well, okay. It's a reminder every time
Well-
I go back to this genre how much I enjoy it.
Well,
How's that?
what he's saying is that you like the shows that delve into real life situations rather than, or you realize you like that more than you realize. You realize you like it more than you realize.
You realize
Whoa!
Did you realize that you
Mind
realized
blown.
it?
Yeah.
But you know, it's
Yeah.
not all action and tentacles,
No,
people.
If I'm gonna sit down and watch
Whoa.
anime,
You
if
are
I'm gonna
correct.
sit down and watch anime, I want to see robots exploding.
That's right.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't
Right.
want to watch a
Which-
soap opera.
No, if I'm gonna watch a soap opera,
I could go watch my
a soap
kids.
I can talk to my teenage daughters.
Well, yeah,
that's all.
all to their own. You know, I've never really gotten into live action soap operas as much, but I don't know. It's not. I don't really
Less-
feel it as a soap opera.
Unless it's a
Yeah.
Studio Ghibli film, then I'll.
Well, that's
watch it.
not a soap opera though.
But they're
it's not-
dramas.
But it's-
It's not always
Yeah.
robots exploding.
Yeah.
No.
It's like
Yeah.
you say, the slice of life.
Yeah.
No, I
Lately,
enjoy.
that's what they've been doing. Anyway.
I've really enjoyed all of the different genres of anime, and for season 1, I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
Wow.
I really enjoyed this show. However, if I was including season 2, I would give it a 9.
Whoa.
I'm really digging it. We'll find out. I'll tell you how I like season 3.
Yeah.
So we'll find out.
So it looks like you
but-
got
the
to
opinions of Michael do not necessarily
reflect that of the
validate
Closet Geek
the opinions
Studios.
of the Closet Geek Studios.
Oh no, everybody should know that. Everybody knows that I'm my opinions of anime are very different than my brothers.
But,
if they have one at all.
looks like you got some gaming in this week.
Yeah, I jumped into Final Fantasy and have been gathering a storm. So because they have they have all your fighter classes, all your combat classes, wizards and warriors, and then they have your crafters, and then you have your gatherers. And so I leveled my miner to 60, and I'm leveling my botanist, and then I'll work on my fisher. Woo!
Yay.
Hey, boy, what are you doing? I'm fishing.
I'm fishing.
That's right.
Why are you doing that?
Fishing in
I don't know. I just
MMOs.
feel like I should complete my character. I don't know.
I'm OCD.
I'm not a big crafter. I can't, for some reason,
You're just a
like
completion.
gathering everything to
I
make
never-
something is
You're
more,
a
it's
completion.
more Kathy than me.
I never liked
Yeah.
that part of the whole MMORPG thing. The crafting
Well, I
wasn't my
I
thing.
I like
have
crafting.
crafting classes, and I have a
I think
couple
crafting's
that
awesome.
I maxed out before the
Yeah,
expansion.
As long as the crafting system is good.
no, the crafting system
I don't know.
is really great and
But
very, complex
Yeah.
on a good level, not a frustrating level.
I guess I haven't played
But
as many
I've gotten to it.
MMORPGs as you guys have. I mean, the last one I seriously played was Dark Age of Camelot.
Oh
that's true.
gosh,
Oh, yeah, you
that
never
was a
played
while
Warcraft.
ago.
I never played WoW or any of that stuff, and so I was just like,
What?
No, he never did.
I never played.
No,
WoW.
Did you
it's-
like Dark Age of Camelot?
I loved playing that with
When
you
we
guys.
played it,
Man, if you ever play World of Warcraft, you'll be like, Dark Age of Camelot is the Dark Ages of MMOs.
well,
It so
out,
is.
It came out because before Warcraft did, and so
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But it was definitely it was a step up from EverQuest.
Yeah, and it's still going, by the
Yeah,
way.
it is
really,
Yeah.
it's still
They
around.
still make
Yep.
make expansions for
It's
it.
kind of
Because I
This reminds me.
Oh, go ahead.
I was
what
gonna say it reminds me of the Final Fantasy 11 is still going and getting
Oh.
expansions and came out before WoW and Dark Ages.
well, it's just like Knights
I
of the
read an
Old
interesting
Republic.
article. Yeah, Knights of the Old Republic. Yeah,
it just came out with a really big expansion. It's almost
Yeah.
like 2.0. They kind of rebooted
Yeah.
everything.
I was reading an article about the most complicated or difficult MMOs, and Final Fantasy 11 was number 1
Yeah.
as the most difficult MMO because it's the only one that I know of where if you die, you lose experience.
Yeah.
And so you could
Well,
de-level.
That's the way. Well, that's
It
the way
sucks.
EverQuest was. The original
Yeah,
EverQuest. If you
absolutely.
died, you lost experience. You could actually
and your gear, you had to go
yeah,
back and
you had
get
to
your
like
gear
go
too.
on corpse runs. Like
Yep,
you would
I
show
remember
up
that.
naked or practically naked at like the zone in point, and you had
Well,
to
at
run
the home,
back to your
the home
body.
cities or something like
You had
that.
to run back to your body and collect all your gear. And
Before
even
someone
then,
else did.
even
Yeah,
then,
before somebody else did.
you
Yeah.
still lost experience. So if you died too many times, you would actually unding.
It was a
you
terrible
had to,
it would
system.
unding or
And so you had
de-level.
to like regain experience. Yeah,
Well,
it
it's
was,
just right.
well, it was just a
They had a
It was
similar. They had a similar system in Dark Age Camelot where you would lose that experience unless you went back and prayed at your grave, and then
Yeah.
you'd get it
Right.
back.
And then you would only
Save
get back
your-
so much.
You'd only get
Yeah.
so much back.
Well,
You wouldn't get all of it back.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Yeah.
what was
don't-
also difficult about Final Fantasy XI is the quest system was strictly there wasn't symbols above characters' heads and people weren't highlighted on maps. You literally had to just run around and be like, talk to every single person 3 times, classic
thanks.
JRPG
No.
style, you know.
So,
No.
And then you have to be like, wait, I met this person in this area, so I need to go find them. And you'd
Oh
start
my
taking
gosh,
notes
no.
on everything. And
there's
I
a
remember-
reason
I
they
remember
don't do
having-
that anymore.
I remember
Nobody
having,
would play those games.
I remember having 2 3-ring binders full of notes and
What?
printouts
Oh.
and everything when I played that back.
I
in
would
the day.
quit right
It was
away.
intense. And finding information for crafting was impossible. You're like, I need to craft something. What are the ingredients? I don't know.
Nice.
No, I
but of
always
course that was-
look for the route, the quickest route to level. That's my main
Well,
meta
that was-
game within
that
the
was
game.
back in what 03, 04?
Well, I do that in
so-
all MMOs. I did that in Dark Age of Camelot. I did that in
Or no? was it?
World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, you can level the fastest. I want to do that, but I want to do it over and over. See if I can get my time faster and
Even faster. Like how quick.
It's like a
Yeah.
it's like a
Yeah.
speed run, but
well-
in leveling up.
Right, and
Well,
I'm
I
not
kinda
trying to
did the
do
same
like
thing.
the world's fastest leveling up. Like people go level 1 to 100 in like 24 hours. That's with like not really exploiting, but using like the entire guild to pull the entire zone to you and blah 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 blah. But I like to challenge myself on the bare minimum. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're listening. Yeah. Okay.
We're just
challenge
listening.
myself.
We're just
on the
listening
bare
intently.
minimums, on the bare minimums, and see how fast you can do without any outside additional help. So that's what I
Yeah.
like to do.
At least it's not like the guy that leveled to 80 without killing anything.
Well, no,
The-
it was without.
he was mining. That's
Yeah,
all
it
he
was
did.
all through
And picking
crafting
herbs.
and
Yeah.
and gathering. Yeah, he got all of his experience
It-
through
That's
crafting.
so
Yeah,
yeah.
It's
See,
taken like an
that
entire
kind of thing.
year or
That,
something.
But
that
he's
doesn't
like,
inter-
yeah, I did it. No,
Yeah.
I did not
Yeah.
kill a single thing.
world record holder.
that doesn't interest me. But
Getting to
like
level 100, being
competition,
neutral in all parties.
see, being a first isn't an interest to me, but like a competition where you have nothing and you get nothing and you have to level up as quick as possible, and they have competitions where you start brand new on a server where you have no chance of gold, and you have to
Right.
show like screenshots of all your characters and stuff like that, so you can prove that you don't have like bought
Right.
purchase
Like, you
gold
didn't
on
buy
1,
it,
2, and that
right.
give is stuff like that. So those are cool. So you have nothing, and you see who can get to level 100 the fastest.
Right.
That's the kind of
And
stuff I like.
MMOs,
Everyone picks a hunter,
yeah,
of course.
Oh, of course.
It's all
You have a
hunters.
companion.
Well, you can. There are competitions where you cannot choose a hunter.
Oh.
So, but
It's intense
Yeah.
competitions.
Anyway.
Man.
Well,
Who knew?
John, what'd you do
Cool.
geeky this week?
Not a whole lot. I actually got a little bit of gaming in myself.
Nice.
Guild Wars 2, their brand new expansion, their first ever expansion actually. They've had updates and releases and stuff, but it's never been like a paid for expansion. So this is the first paid for expansion, and they've been around for, I think this is their 3rd year. So so there's a lot of hype build up and everything, and so because of all of the hype and build up, and I kind of got pulled back into the game. But I didn't buy the expansion, but I have been playing the content that I hadn't played yet, and so there's this whole storyline that I'm playing through that basically is setting up and leading up to the expansion. So I'm kind of working through that, but
Cool.
I'm talking like half hour here, half hour there. That's about the gist of my overall gaming time. It's just
I totally understand.
just kind of squeak out what I can here and there. But other than that, just my weekly Geek TV. Just keeping up on the stuff that I've been watching.
Did you watch this week's episode of Flash?
No.
Oh.
No, I didn't. The one with the Firestorm?
Yes.
No, I didn't watch that one.
Oh,
I
it's
have,
good. It's a good one.
Apparently, I missed the first 3 episodes.
Oh.
So I have to figure out where to find them.
It should be on
On
CW.
Hulu.
Yeah.
They're
You
on
can go-
Hulu.
or on
I
Hulu. Yeah, you
I haven't
can-
been that motivated, but
Oh, yeah. Go to Hulu. They're still on Hulu.
Yeah.
okay.
They usually
no.
don't. They usually don't start losing episodes until you hit like episode
Episode
6, and
six,
then they'll
yeah.
drop first one.
You know,
Also,
talking about
download them
Hulu, I ended
off
up
of Play On.
doing. I ended up spending the $4 for the no ads.
Yeah,
I am so thankful. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
it does make a difference.
It saves me like 8 minutes an episode.
even on the there are a small handful of shows that for some reason are exempt from their no commercial policy.
Well, it's based off of contracts.
but
and
what they do is they play one commercial at the beginning and one commercial at the end, and so
AKA you don't watch the one at the end
Right.
anyway.
yeah, you just so anyway,
But it's
But-
only like a 15-second commercial. It's like
yeah, it's usually not that
done.
big
It's
a
like
deal.
super short.
So I actually I reread The Hobbit.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
interesting.
I just I just
That's a
sat
quick.
down and-
That's a quick read anyway.
It is. It's a quick.
Is
read.
it?
Oh
How
yeah.
many pages is it?
It's only
Like 300 something.
400 maybe.
No.
Yeah, I think
Grab
it's
it.
like 330 pages. It depends on the edition, I believe, because there's a few.
Oh, this is my my Uber,
Wow.
sleek
that.
edition
fancy.
hardcover. Yes.
What?
Super
What is
fancy.
That's
But, see,
that
like
looks
the-
expensive, but it was probably like $4 at Barnes and Noble.
I don't remember. It was a gift. But
Sure.
Oh, okay.
so yeah.
See, the one thing about The Hobbit that it just bothers me is those dwarfs should have died over
Like
and
300
over and over again.
17.
They were the
Are you
worst.
talking about in the book or in the movie?
It's for young children.
I know,
a
but
children's book.
they were the worst adventurers, getting caught at every
Well,
single
what's funny-
turn.
What's
No,
funny
no,
that-
they were great adventurers. Their DM was
That's right, their DM was mean.
Their DM was mean. That's right.
What's interesting is that when I read the book, Bilbo honestly becomes the leader of the party. They
Yeah.
all turn to
Yeah.
even in the book, Thorin is always going to Bilbo's like, "What do
Yeah,
we do now? What do we do now?
deferring to him.
What do we do
yes.
now?
Yeah.
What do we do now?" And so I thought that was really interesting how in the book he's like,
Yeah.
He's the
He's the
center.
head
thrust into
honcho.
this. Well,
And
he
in the
gets thrust
movies,
into this
it's all about
leadership.
like Thorin.
Yeah, Thorin's all like,
Oh,
"I
good
will
shit.
do this,"
And then I'll
Listen-
have a weird trippy acid trip in the movie 3.
Thorin was pretty much a big jerk in the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the books, I thought he was kind of cool.
He was.
Well,
He was,
he's
but he did
endearing
kind
in
of.
the
He
books.
did at the end. He
At
does.
the
He
end,
does
he-
try to kill Bilbo.
Right. He does get really
Right.
obsessed with
But
the
that's
treasure.
but that's he has the gold fever or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the rest of the book, I didn't really. It's been a while. Maybe you can correct me. Is he a jerk in the whole book?
No.
No,
Okay, see, that's
No.
what I was remembering.
Yeah. He really
it was just
wasn't.
it was a small moment in the book, and then they have the war, and at the end they make up.
Yeah. So
Make out
going.
Yeah.
They make out.
with 2 coppers.
With 2 coppers.
Make
Show
out
title.
with 2 coppers.
Show title.
Show title.
Make out with 2
Write it down.
coppers.
Make out
I'm
with
writing
2
it down.
coppers.
All
right
right.
There you go.
But
But how many pages was it?
it was
that edition?
317.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Well,
So
yeah,
at least
now. I was the closest on this Price
Well,
is Right.
I said what? I said
So
330.
because I read
You
The
were
Hobbit,
over.
Without going
I decided to jump right into and I'm starting to read Lord of the Rings again. So
The Fellowship is my favorite book.
so I'm reading the Fellowship, and I got to the point where Bilbo just left the Shire to head towards his house in
Okay.
Huckleberry.
So when are you going to buckle down and read the Genesis of the Lord of the Rings?
You know what?
What is it?
I haven't-
Silmarillion?
The Silmarillion.
Yeah.
I've never read the Silmarillion.
Oh my gosh.
Neither have I.
It's literally I call it the Genesis because it's like
yeah, 'cause it's
there's
about-
sections where it's like I swear it's like the Begat section.
Well, yeah,
Well, it's all about
genealogy.
it's all
That's what
about the
it is. It's all
creation
about
of the world.
setting
It's just the
ancient-
history. It's if you like
the mythology of.
yeah, if you like nonfiction, it reads more like nonfiction than fiction, to be honest.
Did
Well,
you
I-
see the news of the annotated map by J.R.R.
Oh
Tolkien?
yeah, somebody bought somebody
No.
bought a map from The Hobbit, and it turns out that it was an actual map that Tolkien had written on, and in order to give it
Where
to
did he buy it?
like
It was in the book.
it was in the book.
Tucked,
He
it was
like
tucked
Oh.
into
bought
it.
the book, and the map was in the
Oh.
book. And so
Cha-ching.
now, yeah, that's like it's like the person that bought like the tintype of the
Oh, the Billy the Kid.
Kid
Yeah,
picture,
where it's
and
like-
now
Oh,
selling
I
it for like
can't-
I
$5
bought it for
billion.
$2.
Yes.
Sold
Notice
it for
that it
$5
ha-
million.
No, he did not sell it.
He's
It's
trying
he's,
to.
He's trying to sell it for that much. It's not
Oh.
going to go for that much.
No, probably not.
It might go for half that though.
So
Hey, if it goes for half that, it's still
Any-
more
Yeah,
than
I
the
can't
last-
believe that.
The last
Yeah.
picture went for $2
Anything
million
else,
on
John?
It's like people finding
No, that's
the
good.
Okay.
Declaration of Independence
behind
the
a
painting
picture
as well,
frame,
right?
yeah.
Well,
Like,
did
come on, why
you
can't I
did you
do
see
that?
that
Yeah.
story about
I
there
don't
was a
go enough
story
to
where
certain pawn
those
shops.
people found like all these gold doubloons buried in their yard that they've lived
Right.
in for 20 years.
Right.
Oh yeah, I saw the
And they're like,
video
"What?"
where a diver found all those Spanish doubloons.
Yeah, that
Uh,
one was too.
Well,
I
he's
remember
been
seeing
a
that.
treasure hunter for years,
Right.
and
Well, now
it's a
paid
very
off.
it's a very famous spot, and a lot of people go there. And they had like this annual thing where a bunch of like online groups like, hey, let's go
Go
meet and
and
have a
have fun.
vacation and scuba dive for doubloons.
Right.
Well, he went to one of those things with his buddies and stuff like that. Well, he came away with $5 million in
Yes.
doubloons.
Wow.
And he's like, guys, I win.
Yeah,
Serious.
for real. So,
Man,
so
that'd be awesome.
I have a little cosplaying I can talk about.
Cosplay.
Yeah, well,
Cosplaying or costuming?
well, making
know.
making
Let's not get
costumes,
into that.
No, I'm just teasing.
making
The
costumes.
people take that seriously. They're like,
Yeah, I know.
I'm
That's
not a
why I made a
cosplayer.
joke
I'm
of
a
it.
costumer. I was a costumer before all of you cosplay people even showed up. I'm serious.
Well,
People are serious about that.
I
like-
know a few people like that.
like Ryan, I made in the process of making my son's Halloween costume, and it's the first time I've ever really
Hydra?
like made something. No, it's not as cool as a Hydra, but he wanted to be Ash Ketchum from Pokemon,
Oh, that's.
and so
Classic.
I busted out at my wife's sewing machine, blew the dust off of it, and I tried my hand.
Wow,
don't tell her
man.
that.
That was
Yeah, way to throw her under the
It's a
bus
diss
there.
there.
boom.
She would say the
Dust
same
on
thing.
Sewing machine.
I have these pants that haven't been hemmed for 6 years.
So I tried my first time of trying to sew something. So I had two different shirts, and I cut off the sleeves on one and then attached them to the other shirt, and for my first time, I thought I did a pretty good job, and to make his Ash's shirt jacket, and then I found just a basic white hat, and I painted all the sides that need to be red. I'm gonna paint the symbol on there. I found some foam balls that I'm making into Pokeballs, and
I used extra lead paint. That stuff really works well.
that's right, weighs it down.
Shove it down on my kid's
I
head.
put it on the Pokeballs, so when they start gnawing on them,
Yeah, so
Cool.
yeah, I had fun doing that, and that was my first, and
So-
it made me want to try to sew some other stuff though.
Yes.
So
you know, if your daughter wanted to be Misty, and then you could be like a couple of other characters, you got enough kids, right?
I know, right? I could totally be
You could do all the Pokemons.
That's right, all of them.
All of them. Gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch them
Now,
all.
are we just talking about the original 107?
106.
all 720 of them.
Yeah.
How many are there?
There's
How many are
there
There's
like
something.
720
There's more
of them
than
now.
that.
No,
isn't
there's about
Every time they
How
come out
many-
with a new edition.
How many cool ones are there?
there's
Oh.
lots of cool ones.
One.
Pikachu.
15.
Pikachu.
15. Pikachu is like Charizard. That's one that sounds familiar.
That's right. He's anyway, but
Oh,
so
it's
I
151 Pokemon original. I apologize. said one,
so I did that and it was lots of fun. But I also, like I mentioned, I caught up on Flash season 2. Watched this week's episode and it was pretty awesome.
Oh, I haven't even watched this week's episode.
So
Well, it's Wednesday. I have time to catch up.
I
maybe.
haven't been able to get a lot like any really gaming in, but I've watched a lot of gaming because the closed beta of Overwatch came out 2 days ago, and they're allowing everyone and their dog to stream.
See, there's no NDA.
There's no restriction on it, and so everyone is streaming. Like it's ranked number
literally
4 right now in Twitch, like having like an average of like 50 to 60,000 people that are watching it, and already, and I want to play this game. Why have I not been entered into it? But it looks so much fun and had a lot of time. And I thought one thing was really interesting about it though is that I thought that all the, you have 2 teams of 6. It's actually 6 people, not 5.
Okay.
And you're able to be the same character as someone else on the team. And I thought that was interesting. I thought, so if you wanted, you
okay.
could all be the same exact character.
Right.
But when you have the loading screen up and you're picking characters, you see what the rest of your team is picking. And then there's a bar on the side of the screen that kind of like tells you, there's too many snipers, or you don't have a tank, you don't have a support, and it kind of gives you like try to help you to have a better team dynamic. But I thought it was interesting that you could have like 2 Widowmakers, which are the sniper ladies, and that would be okay.
And it's interesting that the snipers are listed as defense.
Defense, yes, because because they're stay in the back.
Because they stay in the back and just pick people off. They're not like
so there's
on front lines.
There's 4 different characters. There's offense, defense, support, and tank.
Right, tanks.
And so
that's probably
the support and tanks only have 4 characters each, but the offense and defense have 5 characters each. But yeah, no,
Interesting.
It just looks super. Well, they're going to be bringing out new characters.
Oh, sure.
More and more characters.
Yeah.
Because it's going to, but I'm interested. So Overwatch, it's beta. They said it's going to come out like the January or the first quarter of 2016.
Did they?
Yeah, I believe so. And I'm interested when it comes out. Are they going to add that content to Heroes of the Storm? Are they going to take some of those characters and put them into Heroes of the Storm since it's another Blizzard franchise?
Maybe.
It'd be interesting to see if that. It'd be kind of cool to have them in there. But yeah, so I watched a bunch of that. But also the Heroes of the Storm World Championships are going on right now. Getting ready to.
They have World Championships already?
Oh, yeah.
Has it been out long enough for that?
It does not matter.
It does not matter? Okay.
It started as soon as it released.
Yeah, it sells a lot, and it's an esport. Yeah. I hate that they call it a sport, but it's an esport, and that makes money.
But
yeah, it's like I understand the premise of the sport.
So
concept. I'm not disagreeing on that.
So they're prepping. They're getting ready. BlizzCon is next week,
right.
And so they're doing. They'll have like the semifinals and the finals or something during BlizzCon, and also the Hearthstone World Championships are going on right now as well. People working up their way the brackets. I watched a little bit of that as well. So it's super fun. I love watching Heroes of the Storm. That's like my jam right now. Like if I had,
that's my jam.
Yeah, see, that's what I used to do when World of Warcraft first came out. I would watch those
The
PvP
raids.
videos.
Oh yeah.
No, the raids I
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
interested.
No,
But
just
the
the
PvP
PvP.
videos
Learn how
when
to
it was
play.
brand new
It
and
was
stuff
just
like that.
funny,
Now
where
it's
they
just
pull
dull.
Yeah, no, I
Oh,
just
man.
I don't think I would be that into it if I didn't enjoy the game, but I get a lot of out of it watching it, and it was kind of fun because one of the casters what is someone that I follow on Twitch. Her name is Gillyweed, and she was casting the world championship. I was surprised. I didn't know she did that, and so she did a good job. But so it's kind of fun to see what the professionals are doing, and them picking characters that you didn't think that were the popular characters.
Right.
So you're gonna see a lot of different people playing people watch these tournaments,
All right.
and then they're like, oh well, I gotta play what the pros are playing. Obviously I see them doing such a good job with this character that you never thought you could do a good job with, type of thing. And so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I love it when the pros, like on these teams that are in these championships, pick like characters that nobody ever plays.
Yeah.
Like the Vikings.
Yeah, the
Like,
Lost
nobody
Vikings.
ever plays the Vikings.
Yeah,
but like
not
there
much.
There was a game where in the championship, it was in like one of the prelims coming up, but they were like going through, and all of a sudden somebody picked the Vikings, and everybody's like, "Oh!"
Yeah,
You know,
everyone's like,
they were,
why are they doing
freaking out
that?
somebody picked, and then he totally just like wiped the board
Yeah.
with everything. It was
Well,
awesome.
that's kind of how it was with the game that I watched, because there's a certain healers and support characters that are played more often, especially in tournament. And the newest support healer is Lieutenant Morales, is a StarCraft character,
StarCraft,
but
yeah,
she's not really known to be played in tournaments because she's very squishy. She can't take as much damage as the other healers can. And so one of the people picked Lieutenant Morales and everyone's like, "Whoa, why did he pick?" And
I love how they're all like very overreactive. Like,
Yeah.
ooh,
yeah, oh no,
You're
like
really
when they
Okay,
pick-
gotta-
wow,
because
like,
it's
you,
audience-
you,
Yeah.
part of being the caster.
Well,
You gotta
I
build it
no,
up.
and I can
Oh my
respect
gosh,
that.
can you
I
believe
can
he just
respect
did
that
that?
because it's if you really understand your geekdom, you can react like that because you can understand the little intricacies.
well, you
that,
understand
what that
the
decision
the
could
meta behind it and
constitute.
all that stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that reminds me of when I watched the Magic the Gathering tournaments, and a player would make a
Oh.
mistake, and everyone knew
no.
that he made a mistake, and everyone would go, "Oh!" And then the player would look at his cards
he's like,
like,
"What did I do?"
"Oh,
And he's
man."
like, "Come on!"
Yeah.
That's how
No,
it is.
no,
That's how it
you
is
know
in
what's-
Hearthstone too. When people are
Yeah.
playing and they play something, they're like, "Oh, why'd you do that? No!"
I've seen. I was like, I've actually watched the Magic the Gathering tournaments, so I can relate with Ryan. But sometimes they do stuff that everybody thinks they made a mistake, but that was like a setup combo, and
Yeah.
then they pull it off,
Well,
and everybody's like,
well,
I
Sometimes.
sometimes
What?
wonder if they just get lucky.
Yeah.
yeah, no, seriously.
Oh,
well,
dang! I forgot to
there
play
is-
this card.
in all,
And then like a couple rounds later, oh, this card works well with that card. Boom, combo. See,
I win.
I'm smart.
yeah, no, you make a valid point because it is
that's
a
how I
luck of the-
played.
It's
Yeah.
a luck of the
I know.
draw.
It's like
you know?
I play
It's the
something,
luck
I'm
of the
like,
draw.
"Oh, all right." But yeah. So that's that was it for me for this week in Geek. But
Man, we like geeked out about our week in geek.
yeah,
Oh,
a lot more than we
I
thought we
forgot
would.
We got into other topics.
I forgot something that I should mention.
What's that?
So here in Atlanta, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is going to film.
Oh,
Are you gonna be an
And
extra?
maybe they have a casting call open for November 7th and 8th
I'm a
for
big guy.
Dude, you're a big
well,
alien.
They do. They want tall, slender. I'm not really slender, but I'm working on it. And they want tall, slender, good looking. I don't know about that either, but people, okay, men and women. And so I'm like, oh, I'm pretty tall and I can be slender by the time they film,
Maybe.
So,
How
and they're
soon?
also looking for ugly people. So,
Specifically said that.
well,
You're
they
ugly.
said,
Please
I
show
go
up.
with the good
they,
looking.
they said
side.
they want rugged, unique biker looking guys, amputees, weird facial features, skinny, all kinds of crazy hair, facial hair, or like, okay. And then they're like, we want tall, slender, athletically built, good-looking, model-ish men and women. I'm like, oh, what?
Women.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I'm tall. Oh, I'll give it a shot.
Hey, you might as
No,
well.
it'd be lots
Maybe
of
they'll
fun.
throw you in with the other side.
Yeah. Well, they also said they're casting for aliens.
Yeah.
So
Like
maybe they'll.
You'd
maybe
be a good
if
alien.
they're like, oh, that guy's kind of tall. And he's he's not very good looking. We'll put him in an alien suit.
Yeah,
The mascot, and nobody will ever know.
So
Awesome.
that's next weekend. So.
Awesome. Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
All right, well let's go to the next segment of the show, the Weekly Geek. This is the Weekly Geek, where we talk about geeky news that happened throughout the week and lots of more Star Wars stuff.
Yep.
But
Everybody's
the big thing
everybody's
right now is
speculating.
the big thing now is the trailer came out, and so now everyone's like, theories this, theories that.
Everybody's
Well,
trying
the
to figure
posters
out.
were revealed, the trailers came out, and then everybody's like,
Well-
where's Luke?
Yeah, the big thing is all about Luke this week. Like,
Right.
theories about Luke. Why wasn't he in the trailer? Oh, he wasn't in the trailer because he's actually evil.
It's not necessarily the trailer that everybody picked up on it immediately. It was the poster. It was the official movie
Yeah, that he
poster.
wasn't-
He
He's
wasn't
not
on that
there,
either, yeah.
but Leia and Solo are,
Right.
and Chewbacca and all
Now-
the main characters, but Luke.
What I think is interesting is that there was so much uproar about this whole Luke thing that Abrams himself, who normally doesn't talk about his own movies before the movie comes out, he actually was talking and did an interview and said there's a reason behind
Yeah, he said
the
it's
fact that
no
Luke,
accident. Yeah.
that Luke is not on the poster or featured in the trailer. It's not an accident. It was on purpose. There's a reason behind it. And, when you see the movie, you'll understand why. But what's interesting is that, there's this pretty prominent theory that Luke has actually gone over to the dark side, and that he's a villain, not necessarily like the main antagonist of the movie, but that he is gone over to the dark side. And twice in 1 week, Abrams has talked about his movie in 2 different interviews. And the second time he came forward and somebody asked him about the whole evil Luke thing, and he said, "You know what? I love that people are talking about the movie before it's even out, that they're excited about it, that they're speculating and coming up with theories." He said, what I want to have happen is people are going to go and see the movie, and people are going to say, "Yes, I knew it. All right, I knew it." And then other people are going to say, "All right, that's cool. I didn't realize that, but that's cool." And so he's just excited. But he never denied or confirmed anything in regards.
Why would you?
I will
Well, I
neither
know, but I-
confirm nor
but I mean-
deny.
But I mean, he didn't even actually really answer the question. He was just like, "I'm
He's
glad
like a
people are
politician.
excited."
Yeah, he gave the political
he
answer.
blocked-
I'm glad people are
He
excited
blocked and
to talk about
bridged.
it.
Block and
And
bridge.
He said, "I love to read all of the theories, and I love to see what people think about the movie."
It's very interesting. There was that blog that was shared about the guy's theory about how Luke actually isn't going to the dark side, or he isn't actually being good. He's gone to the dark side because of all
Right.
this foreshadowing with Yoda and special. I'm like,
Yeah.
and that's gone viral. I'm like, man, I came up with this theory 20 years ago.
I know, right?
Well,
And-
of course,
That's what I was thinking. I was
and
like,
this guy
man, we should
probably
have
did.
posted it before he did, right?
but it's
Yeah.
because it's all people
Well, we were
care.
talking about this even on the show before that
Sure,
went
sure.
viral.
and also, like, for example, how they were all complaining. Who was it? Obi-Wan Kenobi was like screaming and complaining to Anakin. It's like, "But you were the chosen one." And I'm like, he still is the chosen one because he did fulfill all the
He brought
prophecies.
balance.
He brought balance to the
Brought
Force
balance to the
because there were
Force.
too many Jedi.
Right.
There was too much good.
He brought balance to the force.
Not enough
So
evil.
now,
Oh.
it was. Guess what? It was 2 and 2.
Now there's
What's
a couple.
Luke? What's Luke doing? Bringing balance to the force.
That's right.
There's no more Sith. Oh.
We need Jedi.
See, I came up with all these things like 20 years ago, and now the bloggers are like putting it down, right?
Right.
I'm like, dang it. We would get 10,000 likes to the Closet Geek if I had only written it down.
There you go, right?
Yeah. So I just thought, I just think it's interesting that as many people are all, but I mean, it's true though. It's because people are excited about it and they're talking about it, and there aren't very many movies that do create this much excitement, and so I just hope.
There are no other movies that create this type of excitement.
Well, I just hope. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember when episode 1 was coming out, and how everybody was just like so super hyped about it.
Oh,
because
we
it was-
were
and
so
then-
excited for it.
And then it actually came out, and everybody's like,
What the
"This
heck
is what
is
we're
that?
excited
Yeah.
about."
This movie is
Yeah.
horrible.
We're like,
Okay, Darth Maul, he's kind of cool, but the rest of the movie, what?
Yeah. I mean,
What?
Yeah.
What?
Who was the floppy-eared guy?
Well,
What?
not even that.
What was that
It
all
just-
about?
It wasn't even,
Just the whole.
honestly,
The
it
whole-
wasn't even that. It was
Oh,
the
and
whole
like the
story,
second movie was all about the Senate. Like, why would I? It's like CNN in space. Why would I even want to watch that?
So yeah, so I really hope that. I mean, okay, granted, I don't know if Abrams has made anything that I don't like.
Well, I didn't like how Lost ended,
Okay, you may not have liked how long it ended, but he didn't write it.
but the rest of Lost was good.
But so
There were some good parts.
he came up with the original idea,
That's true. He didn't
produced it,
finish the series.
but
Yeah.
he didn't. Yeah, he didn't write the ending, so
That's
you can't
true.
blame
That's
him.
true.
For that. But everything else that he's done, I mean, even things that he's like just got his name on,
Yeah, even as
Wait,
executive
What was that
producer.
first movie he did?
what first?
What's the first movie you can remember him doing?
Well, he did Mission Impossible 3.
No, before that.
That's the first.
Help
that
me, IMDb.
well, I know that he's done
Google.
like, TV.
Yeah, right.
I thought Mission Impossible 3 was his first feature film.
Let's find out.
Yeah, somebody look it up.
Well, as a
I'm
as a
working
director,
on it.
you mean?
Yeah,
His. I guess I was thinking of. I guess you're right. His first movie was Mission Impossible 3.
yeah, that's his first feature film. He did plenty of.
I was thinking of him as a writer. Yeah, because he did like tons of movies, like
He's
like
written-
1990, Taking Care of Business.
Yeah, he's written
That was a great
a
movie.
lot, but he hasn't directed and produced.
He wrote the screenplay for Armageddon. Can you believe that?
That's funny.
That was. a
Yeah, I
good-
remember that.
No, you
My-
can't say that was good.
My wife loves that.
You
it
can say
was-
that
it
you
was-
liked it, but you can't say the movie was good.
No, it was
I didn't
entertaining.
say
It was
good,
enjoyable.
I just said I liked it.
Entertaining.
But yeah, I think
The
Mission
Fringe.
Oh, yeah,
that
Love
show.
Fringe.
What's behind that?
Love Fringe.
Yeah, Alias. I think
Alias.
Alias was one of his first big huge.
Yeah, it was
hits.
his
Now,
big
he
hit.
It
did-
was.
He did Felicity before.
Yeah, that was pretty popular,
But-
but that wasn't really.
But
It
wasn't as
lasted
big
for a
as
while, though.
Alias was,
It-
I think, was his
yeah.
first like action. Like everybody's like, "Oh, this is
Yeah.
awesome."
Felicity was like it lasted for four or 5 seasons, right?
So
4
yeah,
years.
so you had Alias, you had Lost, you had Fringe. He was also involved in Almost Human, which I really liked, but it got canceled.
Yeah.
He is still attached to Person of Interest, which I really like. I know none of you guys have watched it.
I haven't watched
It's on
it,
Netflix
no.
now.
I know it is, but I just have so many other shows that
Yeah,
I can't.
I know.
I
Too
don't
many
know
things
if I can fit it
demanding
in.
my
Yeah,
eyeballs.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But
Demanding my eyeballs. I like that.
But then when he did Star Trek, everybody's like, okay, this dude is legit, because everybody
Well, it was a
everybody
big hit.
thought Everybody
Well-
thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be a disaster. Somebody's rebooting Star Trek. What?
Exactly. It's you.
Yeah,
You take
why?
a beloved
Why?
franchise
Exactly.
and
then he-
redo it in a sense. But when you think about it, that's what's happening right now. Is you take a
Kind of.
franchise, and yes, the storyline is progressing,
It's not
but
really
it is a
rebooting.
it is a
It's a
feeling of
revamp.
yeah, it's a revamp. It's the next step.
Right. It's the next generation. Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a comic book
But a
thing
bum.
into the middle of this Star Wars thing.
Okay.
Speaking of rebooting,
Okay.
one of my favorite comics that I've read all of them and I'm current and up to date. Well, two of them written by the same guy, Robert Kirkman, Walking Dead,
Okay.
and Invincible, which is
Oh.
his superhero one.
Series. Yeah.
They have just rebooted Invincible,
Oh, really?
but it's an interesting reboot. They have basically that they were going about their story, and all of a sudden, the main character, Invincible, touches something alien at the center of a planet, and bam, he goes all the way back into his self in very comic number 1. So he knows everything from the other world,
Oh,
but now he's in his teenage body from comic book number 1.
weird.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. And he's like, yeah, this is going to happen. This is going to
Interesting.
happen. And he didn't have his powers at the beginning of the comic, right?
Oh.
And he's talking to this group saying, I know who you are, and we've got to deal with this. I know what the future holds. And they're like, okay, well, do you need a ride home? We flew you here. And he's like, no, I think I remember this is about where I get my powers. And then all of a sudden, yep, he starts flying, and then he flies off.
That's hilarious.
That's cool. Now,
So-
I heard that, speaking of Invincible, I heard that, is it a TV deal or is it a movie deal that for Invincible? Do you know about that?
I don't know anything about that.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe I'm just making that up, but
Well,
I thought there was something.
I mean, Robert Kirkman, he's really influential now because of The Walking Dead being so successful. And
I'm sure there's.
Invincible
I'm sure.
is just,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Invincible is just as
does.
smart writing, and but they're two completely different genres,
Right.
which is actually very interesting because it's the same writer. You got this really hardcore, nitty-gritty, post-apocalyptic world of The Walking Dead, where everyone's evil and everyone's foul-mouthed,
Yeah, right.
and blood and gore and guts. And then you've got Invincible, which is more geared towards a Barry Ricks kind of
A
audience.
stereotypical
Yay!
superhero. Well,
Yeah.
a stereotypical superhero, because most
Right.
superhero stories and storylines and characters in general are not. They're clean. They represent the best of humanity
Mhm.
and that kind of
And,
thing.
and certainly it delves into some dark aspects of the comic, and there's a lot of intense battle scenes with Ryan Otley is the artist. He lives in Utah, by the way, Eagle Mountain.
Cool.
And he certainly likes to draw his blood and guts, but most of the comic doesn't involve that. Anyway, sorry,
Yeah.
I'm segueing back to
Hey,
JJ.
that's all right.
Hey, that's fine. No, it's
We're just
I
talking.
got to get the comics in here.
That's
There you
okay.
go.
we're
Well-
just hanging out with the
other
listeners.
than the all of the Star Wars stuff, it's kind of a slow news week overall.
because everybody
uh,
was like, "Oh, Star Wars, we'll hold off."
The only other the only real other thing that I saw that was kind of big as far as in the gaming world was that you've got the Paris Games Week
Yes.
that's going on right now in Paris, France, of course. But Sony had a big PlayStation press conference at the Paris Games Week, and they talked a lot about a lot of games. They kind of gave a lot of updates to games that had already been announced, either at E3 or at Gamescom. They didn't really make any big new announcements. There were some new games that were announced, but for me personally, one of the announcements that they made that I thought was huge was that they actually nailed down a release date for No Man's Sky.
Yeah, finally.
And I don't know
Oh
if you
yeah,
guys are familiar
the
with.
completely open sandbox, open universe,
Yes.
blah blah
Yes.
blah.
Oh
Yeah.
my
You know,
gosh!
open.
I can't tell you how excited I am about that game. All it is,
Really?
it's a purely exploration game.
Yeah, we talked about it before, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
it's
I remember.
and like the entire universe is procedurally generated, and so it basically he said it runs on a single computer.
You can keep walking or flying
Which
in your
is
spaceship
crazy.
forever.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
He
that
said-
they don't need like these giant servers
No.
to maintain
Because
all
it's
You
this.
could be
map.
like light years away from your guild members, going, "Where are you?"
Well,
I don't know.
and that's the thing. He said when you play this game, you probably won't ever see another player, ever, because the game is just so massive, and everybody starts on their own
planet.
People will be taking screenshots. I found somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's really gonna
I
happen. So
found
they-
this
And he
first.
killed me.
Be like,
And
what?
he killed me.
That's a player, you know,
Yeah.
because everybody that plays the game starts in a completely
Different
unique
part.
area,
Yeah.
and the chances of you, I mean, you got to understand how big space is, and this game truly shows that. I mean, if you watch any of the gameplay videos that are out there, they always kind of do a pan back, and they kind of like fly through basically the universe, and it just shows how like every little teeny speck of light that you zoom by is a full blown solar system
That you can explore.
and they said that if you I think they said that if you explored one planet every second, then it would take like 18 billion years to visit all of the planets that are in this game.
Yeah. So
They said our own planet, our own sun in real life would like explode and go supernova before you would be able to visit all of the planets in this game.
that's
Yes.
cool.
True.
Because the math just creates
Yeah.
everything.
It just
And
keeps
so-
creating it.
There's got to be a way that they can connect players though.
Yeah.
I think, well, as you get closer and closer, eventually the goal of the game, well, if there is actually a goal, and there isn't really, but there is a center of the universe.
It's an MMO.
Yeah.
There's no end goal.
There's a center of the universe that everybody's going to eventually be drawn to. And so I think the closer you get to the center, then the more likely you're going to run into players.
Yeah.
But when you're out
There's
Exploring,
Klingons
yeah.
on the starboard bow.
You know, when you're out on Tatooine.
That's
when
right.
you're out on the outer rim,
So
the planet that it's farthest from.
So Hack and Jerry in the chat room wants to know if we have any thoughts or opinions on Fallout 4 coming out.
Oh man.
Well, I'll tell you what. I played Fallout 3 and absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
So
I
Too.
I think I put way too many hours into Fallout 3.
Yeah.
Fallout Las
I
Vegas.
think I have over 100 hours in Fallout 3.
Oh
And
yeah.
So yeah, definitely Fallout 4 is definitely on my radar. And I think that as much as I enjoyed Fallout 3 and as much as I've seen of Fallout 4, and a lot of people kind of complain that it doesn't look like super pretty.
Right.
But,
it doesn't look next
no,
gen or
that's-
anything.
That's one thing
I came from a generation where like Mario was made of like 6 pixels, you know, and so I don't necessarily care about graphics as long as the game itself is
Has
good.
good
And
storyline,
I mean-
good gameplay.
Right.
as much
because-
as I enjoyed Fallout 3, I have no doubts.
I like that there's a certain level of grittiness to the game that is constituted by the level of graphics.
Yeah.
And so, you know, if it was too clean, I don't know, it would
Right.
lose that
Well, and that's
Fallout
true. It's-
feel
it's,
for me
you know,
personally.
It's part of the aesthetics of the
I
game.
like that it is set in the Boston area though, so it's a whole new area for us to
I don't-
explore.
I don't know how other people feel, but when I'm engaged in a game, in the gameplay itself, the graphics actually kind of fall by the
Fall
wayside
away.
for me.
Yeah. Right.
And it can be, for example, Skyrim. You can go around Skyrim and just go, and I'm be
Yeah,
amazed at
sure.
the sunsets and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But once I get playing, I'm just like zone,
Right,
zone,
right.
Kill, kill,
and
kill.
then like
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, and then people show screenshots of the zone that I passed like 10 levels. I'm like, oh, that's so pretty. I didn't even notice that.
Oh, there was a waterfall? I
Yeah.
totally
Yeah.
missed that.
Right.
I think the one aspect
Yeah.
of Fallout 4 that intrigues me the most is the creativity aspect of it, of being able to build your own towns and to do all of that.
Yeah, I wonder how
So
that's going
I'm-
to work.
I'm super
So,
excited about
the
that aspect.
closest-
Oh, you
the-
So is
gather.
it going to be like it's not going to be like a 4X format. It's going to be something else, right?
Yeah, it's not going to be. Well, I mean, it's not going to be 4X in the way of like Civ.
Or
But-
yeah,
It's
but
still going to be exploring and expanding. And
I wonder if it's going to be kind of like World of Warcraft garrisons.
I don't know, maybe.
To be
maybe.
honest, that was kind of disappointing.
Well, that's. I mean, but
Well,
Slam.
I wonder-
They haven't.
I w-
Player housing, like in Final Fantasy, or is that the one? I haven't played it. They have player housing in that game, right?
Yeah, we have in Final
And
Fantasy.
like even Dark Age of Camelot, which came before World of Warcraft, had a better player housing area than World of Warcraft's garrison ever is.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So-
well, I mean, they're yeah. Anyway, that's another.
So another-
Final Fantasy.
another
No,
quick-
I was gonna say. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just
Never
gonna
mind.
say.
Moving on.
Another quick question from Hack and Jerry from the chat room is whether we are, playing it on the Xbox or PlayStation 4, and the answer would be PlayStation 4. We are all Sony
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
PC.
John.
Master
Or,
Race.
yeah, PC.
I don't have
PlayStation 4.
I don't have a PlayStation 4, and
Or an
but-
Xbox One.
or an Xbox One, but I have
Christmas is coming up.
but I do have a pretty awesome gaming PC, and that's what I do most of my gaming
Master
on.
Race.
That's true.
So,
I think we all have
but
we got-
but the
PC.
but
PC, PlayStation 4, and then me.
I have a PlayStation
So I'm-
4.
I
do.
would
But-
probably play it on PS4.
But okay, well, obviously,
Yeah,
I would
I'll play it on the PS4.
if I did, but I will PC.
yeah, well,
Yeah, there's certain
I'll-
games that I just prefer on a console.
Well, that's true.
I just like that
See, but I
controller
played-
feel.
But see,
Now-
I played
now-
Fallout 3 on PC.
Right, and I have
I
my
played it.
gamer-
I played it at Fallout 3 on the PC too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and I have gamer friends who are like, well, if you like the controller feel, then just use a controller
I
on your
did use a
PC.
controller for
And-
Fallout.
and-
I use mouse and keyboard.
I don't-
I understand what they're saying. I don't know. There's something
This-
about having a 50
there are
plus
some
inch
games-
screen TV
Well,
Well,
with
that's
surround
just-
sound.
this is the
You know
this
that
is-
you that you
there,
could.
there are
get
certain
from a
games
PC,
that
but,
are
it's
there
not
are
quite
certain
the same. I
games
don't know.
that are couch games that you play with your
But-
friends and stuff like
couch
that.
Games.
That
Well,
If you
Yeah.
have,
Yeah.
if you have a 4K TV though,
Yeah,
4K
I do.
TVs can handle
I-
higher
Which
resolution.
Ryan does.
Ryan does. I don't.
And so
I have a
you could,
1080p.
you could,
I've played World
Right,
of Warcraft on my TV.
but
Nice.
1080,
Really awesome.
yeah, but 1080p, your PC can crank out better resolution than 1080p.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but a TV can't, current unless it's a 4K. And so that's what I'm saying.
Well, even
with a 4K
4K
TV,
is only a little bit more resolution, but even then, technically your PC can still crank out better
Well,
resolution. than
actually,
that.
technically, my PC monitor is actually better resolution than my TV. So,
well, sure.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
So-
a lot of it
but
isn't
still, it looks
necessarily
really awesome.
I'm
when
just
it's-
saying
Well, I
it's-
know.
yeah.
The
And
big
with
screen.
4K TV, you can't.
Well,
Yeah.
all I have to say about Fallout 4 is the closest that I'll probably get to that game is that I played Fallout Shelter on my mobile device.
on the iPhone.
That game's a little too intense for me. So
I'll be honest. I probably won't play it either. But it's simply because I'm.
So Ryan and Michael will give you the review.
That's
I'm-
right.
No. It's more because it's more about the time and.
yeah, I have to be.
No,
It's
I
really
mean,
time.
you
is
make
what
it. You make a
is.
very valid. When it comes to time,
Yeah.
I have a lot of
Like
fellow coworkers who are gamers, and they are saying, "Oh, have you played this? Have you played this? Have you watched this? Have you done this?" And I'm thinking to myself, I do what I enjoy, but at the same time, I still geek out a lot. I just don't play.
See, well,
15 different games per month.
All of us right now would probably fall into the category of casual gamers, where we enjoy playing game. We enjoy game time, but we do not make time for gaming. Type of things. It's
not anymore.
Not often.
Yeah, so it's not
anymore.
It's not like
there was a time.
Yeah, so it's not like,
I could say,
tonight, from 7 to 10 or whatever, I'm gonna be playing a game. It's
however,
more like, I have 30 minutes I can kill and nothing else is requiring my time. I'm gonna play something real fast.
No, for me it's more like, my wife's not home.
That's right.
My wife
gave me
permission. Want to make a shout out. I do want to make a shout out to a listener of the show, David Bowman. He is a true gamer.
Yeah.
The man does not stop. Yay,
David.
He makes GameFly, sad that they have to give him so many games so often, so fast. And he has so many trophies on his PS3 and PS4 that I don't think God could catch up with him.
All right, well,
so just a shout out.
All right,
Dave.
enough of that.
Awesome.
It's time for Geeky Trivia.
Already? Holy crap, that comes up fast.
Yeah, well,
we've been chatting.
We've been chatting for an hour, so.
Yeah, man. Well, it's my turn for trivia, and I decided, we did Dungeons and Dragons trivia a little bit ago, but I wanted to go a little bit more hardcore. And Ryan last week pulled out his Star Wars trivia, and I was like, oh, that gives me an idea for trivia this week. So I decided to jump into my closet and pull out something that I haven't tried in a long time.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Advanced Second Edition Trivia.
Wow.
From
AD&D Second Edition
trivia. AD&D Second Edition Trivia box set.
All right.
Still in an amazing condition, by the way.
So Second Edition, that's like 25 years ago.
Yeah, that's what we played. That's
no.
when we started. No, more than that.
Let's see. The trademark
30.
on this box.
30.
The trademark on this box is
ago.
1991. So this has
when
been in my closet.
Well, that's when the trivia game came out.
Well, that's for the trivia game. That's what I'm referring to. However, Second Edition came out in '89, I believe. So. Yes,
really?
I recently looked this up.
AD&D Second Edition.
Because Dungeons and Dragons came out in '72.
No, it was before
Advanced Second Edition came out, I believe, in '89.
Okay. D&D has been produced since 1974.
Oh, 74. Sorry, I said 72.
Well, the game was split into two branches in '77.
Right.
Rules light system and more complex rule heavy system, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. So 77. The standard game expanded box sets. Remember those box sets? Those are cool.
The red box and the teal box sets.
Before being completely compiled and slightly revised in the 1991 as D&D Rules Cyclopedia. The second edition was published in '89.
Boom.
No.
All right.
Yes. We started playing in 83. 83 is when we started.
No, it wasn't 80. Well, that's when.
Well, you started
that's
playing.
When we started playing.
But second edition came out in '89.
We were still doing the boxes.
The encyclopedia came out.
We were doing the
in
boxes
91.
at that time. Yeah.
See, I thought I remember playing second edition when we were in Benyon.
Yeah,
no,
that's exactly what I was thinking too. But that was that was way before '89.
Well, you know what?
Not way before.
You know what?
That was like '85.
I wasn't even born yet.
Yeah, that's true.
We were playing D&D before you were born.
You were.
Right?
I was.
Right, so I have this. I have this
so
box set of
I started a year after
600
you.
questions. So buckle down. It's going to be a long episode.
Wow.
No.
So 600 questions. They're 1 through 5 for levels. There are multiple choice. We're going to start with 5 questions of 1, and we'll move on from there.
All right.
Okay, well.
Wait.
Let's not take too long.
Wait.
Wait.
They had the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons books and the Dungeons and Dragons box sets at the same time. So the Monster Manual came out in 77, Player's Handbook 78, Dungeon Master's Guide 79, Unearthed Arcana, remember that? In
Yeah.
85. That was in
Okay.
85.
The Unearthed
But that,
Arcana
okay,
was
so
awesome.
that wasn't second
So that was
edition?
all first
No.
edition.
That was all first
Oh.
edition.
We were playing first edition. Mind blown. Mind blown. I can't
thought you
believe
guys
that.
knew that, man.
No. I think no. I think I remember when when second
The second edition came out. We
That
were
was
in
high school.
high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And remember, that's why second edition.
No, that's
Now I did
right,
start
that's
with
right.
advanced with you
'Cause they had
guys,
the
but
blue and red logo around it.
yeah, second edition was my bread and butter.
Gosh, Unearthed Arcana was first edition?
Yeah,
All
that
right.
was awesome.
All
'Cause
right.
it had the
Oh, crazy.
Enough. Let's get to
Dude,
some
I know.
questions.
Don't interrupt
yeah, just because you
nostalgia
weren't
before
born
you were
yet.
born.
All right, so I have my green pen for points.
All right.
so-
Too much geekiness. We're like overloading the system.
All right.
All right.
Can't handle all this geek.
All
right.
Here we go.
Question 1.
I'll see if I could even answer these.
That's right, because Waterdeep was second edition.
Yep.
Yes.
Forgotten
Yes.
Realms was
Forgotten
second
Realms
edition.
was second
That's
edition.
right.
So when we
Yeah.
had our character,
Greyhawk
remember we
is everything.
we
Yeah.
transitioned over to Forgotten Realms.
Yep.
We had to like
Yeah, we had to redo the character
I'm-
sheets
it's-
and everything.
it's all coming back to
All right.
All right. Question
Okay.
1.
Which of the following describes a successful saving throw?
Okay.
A result less than the character's saving throw number.
Now remember,
B,
this is second edition.
yes, this is second edition specifically. So B, a result equal to or less than the savings throw number. C, a result greater than. Yes, moving on. A
What?
result greater than the saving throw number plus the character's level. Or D, a result equal to or greater than the savings throw number.
See, I would have said D, but I'm
Yes, John, D.
Oh,
What? I thought that was B. What was B?
No,
B was less
was a
than.
result equal to or less than
Oh,
the
less
savings
than.
throw
That's
number.
dumb. Why wasn't listening?
Yeah.
I win.
Yay! Multiple
Ah.
choice. I know. No, some of these will come quick, others not so much. All right, I'll pull from the middle. All right. What looks like a gigantic centipede or green cutworm with tentacles around its mouth? A,
Carrie.
a sandworm.
Remorax or what is
B,
it
a
called?
remor has.
Yes.
C,
I get extra points for saying it even
Rust
before he
monster.
did.
So was it sandworm, remor has, carrion crawler, or rust monster?
Carrie Crawler.
Yes.
Oh.
Because
Come
I
on,
heard
at least I
Ryan
pulled-
say carrion.
At least I pulled Remoraz.
That
out.
was pretty
You pulled
impressive.
remor has.
Yeah.
That was pretty impressive. So I will give you that. The fact that you gave me an answer before I get ding. So Barry's like, you guys all suck.
Second edition. What's that?
Here you go.
Hey,
This is-
I
this is
played
a
second
Facebook
edition.
question.
That's where
Hey.
Bran the Barbarian.
Ran the
He always hung out at the bar.
He always hung out at the bar, and he went in and he killed all those trolls and the troll
Hey,
queen
hey.
by himself.
You know, all the younger Rick's boys started
Rick's
out
boys.
at the bar with their characters.
That's right.
So
No, it was a
Carl
tavern.
Leverkessen,
It was
the
a tavern.
the bar stool holder for Balinor. All right. So true or false? Magical armor has weight, but it still
False.
does not cause encumbrance.
False.
True.
Yes, John, true. It still has
Oh.
weight, but does not cause encumbrance.
Whatever.
Oh,
I
So you have
hated
to-
encumbrance.
I wasn't
Yes.
listening.
I never used it.
No,
I was
we
like-
didn't.
not. Ryan's
Like,
like,
you can carry as much as you want. I'm the DM. I say so.
I
Yeah,
create
right.
worlds.
That's right.
All right. Last level one question.
Platinum track.
You gotta ask yourself where your
Here
priorities
you go.
lie.
Which of the following armor class values represent the best protection?
Okay.
A, 10. B, 0.
0.
C, 7. D, -2.
Negative 2. Ding it.
D.
Uh-oh. Ryan and John, I'll give you a tie on that one.
Ah. Hi,
So,
Michelle.
Yep. Because you can go all the way from 10 to -10.
Oh shoot, we went lower than -10.
I know.
I had
House
negative
rules.
House
50.
Yeah,
rules.
house rules. Yeah,
Yeah.
because the DM truly is the one who makes the rules.
That's right.
Level 2 questions.
All right.
Weapons are divided into 3 main categories:
Piercing, slashing, and bludgeoning.
bludgeoning, and what else?
Piercing.
Barry says bludgeoning.
Oh,
so-
piercing. Yeah, Barry got it.
Yeah, got
Good
it.
job,
Yeah.
Barry.
Yay!
He named all 3. Yay.
So I should get 3
Okay.
points.
Oh, right. True or false? Because of their empathic link, a wizard can see through the eyes of his or
Yes,
her
true.
his or familiar. False, everybody.
Oh,
False.
come on.
It needs to be true.
It needs to
DM's
be true.
choice.
Okay, maybe that's how I ran my.
That's right.
campaigns.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Who cares about the rules?
What is an audible glamour? A
spell.
garish decoration on metal armor.
False
A
noise.
spell that creates illusionary noise. A
Yes.
spell that allows.
I said that. I said it though.
Yeah, I'll give it to Barry.
Hush.
I figured I'd go with the multiple choices. All right, last level 2 question, and then
All right.
on to level 3.
Ooh.
They are big, nasty,
Bugbears.
ugly, stupid, and they smell bad too.
Ogres.
But how many hit dice do ogres have?
2.
4.
Ogres.
4 hit dice.
6.
I will give it to John because it's technically 4 plus 1
Oh.
because of the second edition rule system. If anybody remembers, it's 4 hit die plus 1 per hit die. Okay.
Yes. So they don't have like the minimum. That's why.
Yep. All right. Level 3. Real quick, we'll do just a couple of these and moving on because I want to throw the level 5s out so we all can feel stupid together. All right.
Sweet.
What is the initiative modifier for a large-sized creature when it attacks with natural weapons?
+1.
0.
-1.
Ooh, John was
Oh.
close. +6.
+6.
6. Wow.
Yeah,
That's
crazy,
making
huh?
sense.
I know. Can you imagine? It's like even if they roll a 1, they're a 7. All
Man,
right.
the rules are so much simpler now.
Oh yeah.
I know they are. Aren't they?
Can you
Second
imagine?
edition was-
Can you imagine
second
going back
edition-
and playing like standard edition?
That's
Well,
why we
it's-
read the books over and over.
Yeah, we
and
had to.
over.
Yeah.
had to, because second edition was, in my opinion, still the most complex
so complex.
D&D
Yeah,
system.
it really
However,
was.
because of its complexity, that's part of why I loved it.
Well,
Well, yeah,
what
you
rules
played
master.
that.
People
You
still
played that
play second
MMO with
edition.
3 binders full of notes.
I like my complexity. All right.
people still play second.
Gragmore the warrior is attacking an opponent in a barroom brawl. He punches the drunk with his hand, which is equipped with a metal gauntlet. How much damage can Gregmore inflict, not including a strength bonus?
1d6.
Ding. Yes,
1d3.
John. 1d3. Yep.
Yeah.
Gauntlet.
Oh,
Gauntlet
yeah.
or yep. Man, I actually knew that one too. I was. All right.
The Cestus, right?
Cestus is we're
Is that a +2 or 1d3 +2?
Is that the one that has
Yeah.
like
Like
the,
that.
the,
that
The
has
spikes on
yeah
it.
the set
Spikes,
has the
yeah.
set. Yeah, exactly. All right, I'm trying to find a question that's not too long to read. Oh, here you go. Level 4 question. What is min-maxing?
it's where you take your attributes and you minimize the weakest ones and maximize the strongest ones in order to create exactly what you want in your character.
Anybody else?
Nope.
That's what I was gonna say, but I didn't feel like explaining it.
Honestly, it's close enough. I will give the point to John because the example of the answer it says here is a player calculates all the odds and numerical advantages of specific weapons and equipment in an attempt to gain advantage over everyone else. John gave me the same example using stats instead. I'll accept
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Judges?
2 more.
Yeah,
2 more
exactly.
questions.
2 more.
Two
All
more.
right, so we'll do a level 4 and a level 5 to
All right.
finish.
All right.
If a chain lightning spell is cast at a group of only 3 targets, will it oscillate between them until it runs out of power? If yes, why? If no, why not? Oh, I know this one.
No, it won't.
Yes, because it will hit up to X amount of targets, and so it'll just keep on hitting the targets back and forth until that X amount has been used up.
I'll go with Ryan's answer. No. No, a single creature or target or object can only be struck once. So, that would be a broken spell. It's already bad enough that lightning bolts bounce off of walls.
Yes, yeah. See, that's the thing about playing D&D. Is what we need to do is that we need to have like miniatures, because then you can calculate if your fireball is going to explode in the room or if your lightning is going to bounce off the walls and hit your own party members.
That's right.
There you go. All right, I'm finding a level 5 here
To finish it up.
All right.
Level 5.
Okay, level 5. Here we go. Okay, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Grimraid is about to use a polymorph other spell to turn his lesser basilisk, intelligence of 1, into a chipmunk. What is the chance that the basilisk will take on the mentality of the chipmunk?
Oh,
10%.
yeah, that's how you go.
15%.
I love the fact that they went into these calculations. It's 65%.
Oh,
20 minus 1 intelligent point minus 6 for the level of difference between the equals of 13.
See,
divided
this is
by
why.
13
This is why this is why
0.65.
this is why third edition came out.
That's right.
exactly why third edition came out, because I'm like, now the thing is if you were not a spellcaster, second edition was livable. But if you were a spellcaster, bring your binders.
Yeah.
Does it
Well,
really
that's why you
matter
had
if a basilisk takes
Well,
on
plus-
the
I know, right?
characteristics of a
Well,
squirrel? Will
and
you know?
You know what
Are
I
there
love?
like Dungeons and Dragons zoologists?
Yeah. You know what I love?
Maybe there are.
All of these cards have the exact reference page and what book the question came
Oh,
from. So
that's-
you're like, that's not right. And you're like, no,
That's
it's
awesome.
on
It is.
page
Watch.
48,
Yeah,
bud.
right.
Let's pull it out and look at it.
All right.
All right.
so
Who
John
won?
Well, John with 4, Barry with
That's
2,
right.
Ryan with 2.
I tied with Ryan.
Want to know why I win? Because I'm always the DM.
That's right. That's true.
There you go.
Pretty
I
much.
have to
Hey,
know the
thanks.
rules.
Hey guys, thanks for humoring me for Advanced Dungeons and Dragons 2nd Edition trivia.
That was fun.
If you guys out there were listening, got any of those right, you're as bad as we are.
That's right. So, sweet. All right, that's it for The Closet Geek, and you can find out all of our information on theclosetgeek.net, and don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review our show on iTunes and Stitcher. Follow us on Twitch, and subscribe also on YouTube. And don't forget that you can get a free 120 gigabyte SSD on your purchase of a gaming PC from Doghouse Systems by using the code ClosetGeek. We are the 4 Horsemen of Geek, reminding you to wave your geek flag proudly. You've been listening to a Closet Geek Studios production. For all information about Closet Geek Studios, visit theclosetgeek.net for all your geeky needs, or follow us on Twitter and Facebook. All right.